after a 2-month trip to International Space Station. The SpaceX Crew Dragon Endeavour carrying NASA astronauts Bob Behnken and Doug Hurley will return to Earth today. 2. The splashdown is about for 2:48 p.m. at 1948 GMT off the coast of Pensacola, Florida, within the Gulf of Mexico. It'll mark the first water landing since 1975, when the NASA astronauts on the joint Apollo-Soyuz test mission returned home. You can watch that splashdown live here, and on space.com's homepage, courtesy of NASA TV. NASA is providing continuous coverage of the landing. All eyes could even be on Crew Dragon and thus the weather, but two boys are also eagerly awaiting the return of their dads. Behnken's son Theo, age 6, and Hurley's son Jack, 10, woke their space dads today with an adorable awaken call from Earth. "Good morning, Dragon Endeavour," said Jack within the awaken call at 7:40 a.m. at 1140 GMT. "I'm happy you went into space, but I'm even happier that you're returning home." The astronauts welcomed the surprise call from their sons. The astronauts are returning a toy dinosaur, Tremor the Apatosaurus, to Earth for his or her boys. They used it as a zero-G indicator for his or her flight. Behnken radioed SpaceX's mission center in Hawthorne, California. "Hopefully the pressure's all on whoever is making the weather call because those boys seem excited to bring us home. The weather has been a key question for today's splashdown." NASA and SpaceX had 7 different splashdown sites, 4 within the Gulf of Mexico and 3 on Florida's east coast, to choose from for today's return. They opted for a site offshore of Pensacola where the weather effects from Tropical Storm Isaias are expected to be low. Another site off the coast of Panama City is the backup. Behnken and Hurley are wrapping up SpaceX's Demo 2 test flight for NASA to prove that the company's Crew Dragon space capsules are ready to begin operational crew flights to the International Space Station. The mission launched on a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket May 30th and received the station every day later, marking the first orbital flight of American astronauts from Earth's soil since NASA's space shuttles retired in 2011. Endeavour. Behnken and Hurley picked the capsule's name undocked from the space station Saturday, August 1, to start out the 19-hour trip home after 63 days at the orbiting lab. The astronauts are bringing home 330 lbs. 150 kilograms of science experiments and other cargo from the station. They're also bringing home an American flag left behind in 2011 by NASA's last shuttle crew, which can ultimately fly to the moon with the agency's Artemis program. "We're very proud to return this flag home and see what's next for it on its journey to the moon," Hurley told reporters Friday, July 31 before leaving the space station. SpaceX is one among 2 companies with NASA contracts to fly astronauts to and from the station. The other company, Boeing, will use its own Starliner capsules and Atlas V rockets to make those flights. So far, SpaceX's Demo 2 test flight for NASA has gone swimmingly. The spacecraft has passed all of its tests in orbit, with today's re-entry and splashdown as its final trial. Splashdown activities begin in earnest at 1:51 p.m. at 1751 GMT, when Crew Dragon will jettison its cylindrical service module, called a trunk, to arrange for re-entry. 5 minutes later, at 1:56 p.m., at 1756 GMT, the spacecraft will perform a deorbit burn, to put it on target for entry and landing. The capsule will slam into the Earth's atmosphere at hypersonic speeds, flying at about 17,500 miles per hour, 28,200 km/h. Relying on its protective covering to slow the craft to about 350 miles per hour, 560 kilometers, because it protects Behnken and Hurley from the super hot temperatures of re-entry. The capsule will then deploy its parachutes to slow it to about 15 miles per hour, 24 kilometers, for splashdown. On Earth, SpaceX features a recovery ship, waiting to retrieve Crew Dragon from the ocean within an hour. After splashdown, we've had pretty good luck with Endeavour with regards to on-orbit test, Hurley told reporters Friday. So we expect nothing different for the splashdown.
If you like this video, subscribe to the channel, do the bell button, and don't forget to like and comment for support.